Broadcast live.
So we out here with BULLDOG Gin. I am Slikour. We got Lady Do. A little bit about BULLDOG Gin. They straight out of London. They basically were trailblazing with how they got into the market with their gin. And they're looking at other people who've got stories like that, and they've started a series, basically a series about other creatives that literally have trailblazing stories who've looked into their inner selves to create something great. So enjoy the interview as we get into the Q&A with BULLDOG, Gin, and Lady Do, because you know how we do. Lady Do.
Yes, what
it do?
What a doozy.
I saw him somewhere. I saw a car with the number plates. I don't know if it's you, Mercedes Benz.
Yes.
In Santon, not far from where I live, a car wash. They said car wash this past weekend.
Yes. Phela zininzi angisho mntakaTethe. Zininzi ayikho iyi-one.
No, ngibonile. No, manje about taxi. I was trying to remember what's in it. Oh, by the way, Lady Do is just straight out of it. She's just come out straight out of an accident.
Yes.
You know, this is.
I'm invoicing them after the.
No, she's not. This is the strong woman she is. She got into an accident.
And she came to work.
The car was written off. And she said, I got an interview today.
Okay.
Firstly, congratulations on all your success. You know what I mean? You were trying to make me make music again.
Yes. I still want to see you. I want you and I on one track.
Can I tell you something? A story. Lady Do sent me a message 3-4 years ago. I never even knew her. You know, we're following each other, I'm sure, on the Slikour life.
From Tala.
Yeah, but I followed her, but I never knew her. And she's like, how about, you get in studio to us? I said, lady, I'm not there anymore. You know what I mean?
But you will be.
And I was like, look, I should have jumped on. Look at her now.
Yeah, because now it's going to look like you're jumping on the... Nah, dog, we still can do it.
Tell me, how's it been for you, though? Just like this shoot of success that's just happened in the past few months. I'd say once COVID started, you literally also were really your star was starting to rise.
Guys, to be quite honest with you, I think COVID helped me because remember, a lot of people used to do gimmick songs.
Yeah.
So it was nicer at groove. So they did not understand what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I come with the sentences and the sense and the, constructed songwriting. So it didn't make sense to anyone.
Yeah.
So when everybody was in the house and they got an opportunity to actually listen to music, they did not want to hear the swear words because it's a family environment. There's kids and all of that. I think that's why I am more of a star, yabantuan, because when I write, my lyrical content is always about where I come from, my family, my marriage, whatever, anything that's got to do with me as a person and where I come from. And, so a lot of people think it's just a song. Because if I explain all my songs, separately, you actually realize that they're all a story.
Yeah.
And my life story.
Yeah.
So, mini COVID, guys, this is where to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't say I wasn't affected, but I was actually helped by COVID.
Yeah. You were impacted positively.
Yes. Yeah, actually.
Now, we were talking earlier on and you were telling me that you literally come from a strict household.
Yeah.
Where you basically had to be back home at 4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock.
You started jolling at 21.
21, guys.
And with that being said, I saw some of your footage and I was seeing you were fixing cars and everything else. So just give me a little bit of how you grew up. Besides being in a strict household, how did you grow up,
I think because my family, it's just boys. So my mom and dad separated when I was 3 years old. And then my dad decided to go to the start, Then we went to go stay with my dad. Because it was a house full of men, there were no girls.
Yeah.
I was literally the girl. But obviously being raised by men, you're going to end up being, not really like them, but being influenced by them.
Yeah.
So when they went to go fix cars, spin cars, driving around, doing whatever, I'd always go with them. You know, I mean, you know Zandy? Zandy's my uncle.
For real?
So when he did
Damn,
karate,
Zandy that old?
Yeah.
Damn, Zandy might be
No,
my
my
uncle
dad,
too.
Baba Muye Ukalexase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so they taught me everything that I know. So basically, from cars to, because my dad has always said to me, you need to study and have something to fall back on. Yes, you love music, but music is like a boyfriend. It can leave you at any time. So do you have something that can keep the relationship going?
Wow.
So you need a husband to maintain the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Type of,
you
know? So that's what I did. So I studied overseas, came back, and then I fell in love with somatology.
Oh, somatology. So much. You can whip up and you
but I did a lot of things. I did a lot of things. I also did firefighting. I also did teeth whitening. I did logistics, business management, anatomy, physiology. So I did a lot of things because I wouldn't say antisocial, but I just So I enjoy being by myself. So when I'm alone, I prefer just studying. Whatever chance I get to do whatever that I can to study, I do it so that I can show the kids or whoever is, inspired by me that yes, you can do music, but you can also be educated. Because sometimes you will fall into a field where you think music is everything, but music actually destroys you. Where are you going to run to? So I want to be that person too. If anything happens to me now, or maybe I get into an accident, I can't sing anymore, I know I can fall into something. So yeah.
But you also know, from what I see, it's like you can also fix cars.
Yes.
That's incredible. I can't even.
And that's a car motor is easy. You just need to study alternator. You just need to know the basics. A radiator is what takes the water to the, alternator is what makes the car start, so that when you know the basics, you know that if your motor starts, it's either the battery or the alternator is not kicking in, or, if it stopped, or it's overheating, that means the radiator is not taking the water to where it's supposed to go. So it's that easy. It's just, you need to find out what the parts are and what they do. And as soon as you find out what they do, then it's easy for you to understand the car.
I'll just call you if you're not sure. The phone and your own season. That's incredible. I mean, and a lot of people don't know, obviously, these things about you. I mean, you came through, and the biggest song is which everybody kind of like jumped on, was Elaine, which was with some homeboy from Durban.
Junior
the Rock. Now, how do you, when you are working with these guys and you get in studio, do they kind of give you your own space? Because what I'm getting from you also is an energy of, like, you're a bit bossy.
I am very bossy. I confirm that. So every song that you see that is released by me, I did myself, alone in a studio.
Yeah.
And then I choose who I want to give it to.
Okay.
So I know. See, with Junior had a thing of, I wanted to move from hip hop to amapiano.
Yeah.
I had never met Junior. Even a hello, I did not know Junior. But I went to Durban. I heard Junior play amapiano, and I heard people say, "Why is he playing amapiano now? He's a hip hop cat."
Yeah.
And I said, "Who are you to tell somebody not to do something that they want to do?"
Yeah.
I sent him a DM on Instagram. I said, "I know I don't know you, but I'm going to give you a song that's going to launch you into amapiano."
Wow.
And he said to me, "Really?" And I said to him, "I'm going to send it to you." I sent it to him and he was crazy about it. And I said to him, "I'm not doing this because I know you or want something from you, but I want to change the concept of people thinking other people can't do certain things because they belong somewhere. Nobody belongs anywhere. You just have to start somewhere. If you started in hip hop, that does not mean that's your genre. What if you are made for something else? So that's how it worked out. And then the Devin Coco feature also, I did the song at home. I sent it to Jezik because he was the distributor at the time. And then he was like, "There's this female that's popping right now that would like to jump on the song." And I was like, "No problem." Because I know I write hits, so I don't have a problem giving songs away.
You know what? when mangibheka ulo mama lo onispaza ne
Yeah.
lo mama lo onispaza and balokhu bayatshontsha lapha and basaba wena.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you've got that demeanor about you. You know what I mean? And once again, I'm glad you said that you called them, because you called me too.
Yes.
You know,
I always call them.
you called me too out of the blue. You said, yo, you gotta go rap. And I said, nah, you know what I
But
mean?
that's the thing. I believe in getting what you want.
Yeah.
Not being given what you want.
Yeah.
Because when you are given, then it's easy for the person to demand. But when you get what you want, it's on your terms.
Yeah.
If a person says no, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because a no does not mean no, it's not going to happen. It just means not right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't take no as a no. I take no as a not right now. So you might say, no, I don't do, I will make you do it.
Yeah.
I know how to make a person do what I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what I have. I've always had that.
Yeah.
I've been in the industry long.
Yeah.
I started DJing at age 10. I started singing at 15. So I've been
Where were you
releasing
DJing? Maba street songing.
DJ Amina. Haya. Begamba no baba.
Okay, tell me.
Everywhere. I even won. I have the picture on Instagram. I was 9 years old. I won Vinyl Explosion. There was Fresh and DJ Cleo.
Wow.
I played with vinyl. So I used to play hip hop.
You are like
And
a
then
guy.
my dad was like, doc, the school now is suffocating. You need to leave this thing and go back to school. And I went back to school, came back, and I went into... But by the time I came back, then there was DJ Zinte, who then now became the first female DJ, but actually.
Yeah,
Because there were no Facebooks and Instagrams at that time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I couldn't post anything. I couldn't... But I have the receipt.
Yeah.
And I have the videos.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the pictures.
Yeah.
Where I've got the awards. I mean, I was getting paid at age 10 to
Wow.
go and play at clubs.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
So,
I mean, you know, you can never also, you can't like, almost like conclude things based on how people receive things, you know? It's as an example, like obviously the media would have known that, okay, this is, or the world would be like, DJ Zintle is probably the first. There probably a lot of other women before her, you know what I mean? It's just that she was able to also, there's also a skill to how she was able to position herself, right? But I think that like, it's always just about like you going, I know this is what I've done and this is what I can do. You know what I mean? Because,
but I think that's why also I look up to her so much. Because most of the things, because I look at people and I get inspired by how they move.
Yeah,
And that
she's an
teaches
incredible
me,
mover,
that teaches me, because it's pointless looking at someone as, yeah, but that could have, no.
Yeah.
When it's not your time, it's not your time.
Incredible.
You know, which is why I'm very, like, I pray a lot.
Yeah.
So I always believe in, God says, when the time is right, I will make it happen.
Yeah.
So that time was not my time.
Yeah.
I was not going to be famous at that time because I had to learn the industry.
Of course.
And I appreciate learning the industry because now I'm not doing it for the industry, I'm doing it for myself.
And I will always say this, you know, because I mean, I've had a chance to knowing Zintle well. And I know that like it's when I was younger, it's like for ladies, you know, like the industry is not the same as it is for men.
For men, yeah.
It's like you guys have to learn more. You guys need to be like, you guys need to like be more like heavy. You know what I mean? And she
also
really
stand up for yourself.
And she really played that in a major way. But going back to that, you being in a household of men, which are the women that you look up to besides, and what are the reasons?
I think I like women that have struggle stories. You know, I prefer seeing someone grow into something instead of looking at someone I've never even seen. You know, so I know my influence. To explain it. You know, so I think most of my influences women that are just from my hood, you know?
Yeah.
People that I've seen succeed. There's a woman called Vivian, right? She was the first female to do technical, IT at FNB. So she does the when you do the e-wallet, systems for banking.
Yeah.
I have never seen a person that will buy things cash like that woman. And she teaches me, she says, if you cannot afford it, do not force to have it. Because then it does not belong to you.
Yeah.
It belongs to whoever you are paying every month.
Yes, of course.
You know? So from that, I learned, because I became a friend at a very young age. And she said to me, every 100 rand you get, 50 rand does not belong to you. So you can spend the 50 rand that you get, but the 50 rand does not belong to you. So take that 50 rand and invest it in something that's going to bring back the other 50 rand you spent. So from that day, if I get 20,000, 10,000 is not mine. It goes away. 10,000 is mine. So people like that are people that inspire me. So I'm not going to be inspired by somebody I don't even know. From a bar of soap, I see that they're selling 150,000 copies of whatever. I don't know. Maybe they've got a father who goes and buys all of them. You know, so I'd rather, I'm probably weird.
No, Ulu mama was bad.
Yeah, no, come on.
Listen to them, I was with them because
that. Because Seba's going to tell about awards.
Now, now, with that being said, you know, and I love this, and I just want to say she's from the East End as a side note. You know, I mean, with all these things, you've got a strong, there's a sense of independence, right? About you, where even how you don't need to talk about how you married, but like even from that, how you structured how you want to get married and everything else, your mind is in independence. Why is it important for you just to literally like keep that independence, you know, and not relax and go, okay, maybe I can trust this here and trust that? Where does that come from?
I always say to people, you are born alone. Then you have people around you that need to help you live until the day you die. I'm
sorry. And I want to just emphasize the question like this. The world makes it seem like a woman needs a man.
Yeah.
Or to be dependent with, you know, we do need each other for the birds and the bees, but it makes it seem like a woman has to be dependent on a man. That's the world's narrative. From our, and it's the first time we meet, right? From our like 10 minutes, I can already see you like, nah. Where does that independence come from?
Honest with you, first of all, I have never, I don't like I don't like that. Because then they're not equipping you. They're actually making you more lazier than you already are. Because the moment a person keeps buying you stuff, because, you know, let me tell you, the world right now is in a very bad position because of how the world is positioned. Because of the fact that you make a woman rely on the man, and when the man doesn't have anything, then the woman leaves. But how about we become in a partnership that we understand? Because my Zulu man used to say, no, babe, a man must provide. I must always have money. And I said, not on my account. Because if you don't have money, then I need to leave and find another man that's got money. So let's have a partnership where we understand our responsibilities as individuals before we do as a couple. You know, and I believe in, if you and I are dating, we must have our couple's account and our own individual account. So nobody knows who earns what. Do you understand? Because I am Lady Do. When I walk into my house or my partner's house, that gets left, you know, at the door.
Or even your title in a corporate, if you are manager of this, when you...
So you need to be independent. You need to have your own stuff. Should anything happen, one can come to my house. If you lose your house, what happens? You can come to my house because I bought profits. You know, if something happens to you, I'm always covered. Because sometimes you find women fighting for what men worked for 50 years. Sekafuna le mention yakho namaphosho wakho mase divorce kanjani ufike nani la ufike ungene ngethezi if bengi right bengiyokubisela ngayo leyo test. Do you understand what I'm saying? But because it's the way we are structured as people, ukuthi men need to look after women. Who looks after men then? That is why you find men angry. You find men fighting because nobody looks after them. You know, you're stressed. You'd rather go tell your friend that you're broke than your wife. You know why? Because your wife's gonna leave you. But who do you live with 24/7? But who do you live with 24/7? Your wife. And your friends are not supposed to know that you're broke. They're not. Because your friend's got his own best friend. And his best friend's got another best friend.
And as a wife, you also don't want to make your... So as a wife,
and I always tell him, if I ever find out that you told your friend, because because people are gonna think, why is this one successful, but this one doesn't have money? Because you went outside and you told people what you don't, you're struggling, you what you told your friend. But we are in a partnership. What's mine is yours. You know, what's yours is mine. But even though we don't share it, you know, transparently, because I'm your partner. I'm your life partner. If you say we're going to get married, you and I need to share stuff.
Yeah.
Don't go outside because they're not part of it.
Yeah, that's I can go on for days having that conversation because it is that thing of what you know, slanganisa time. That also keeps the love pure. Do you know what I mean? It's not attached to this. It's not attached. It keeps the love pure. It's like
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, also another thing that's happened in your life right now is that you started to get into different partnerships. You know, Namhlanje, you're working with BULLDOG Gin. I mean, isn't the sambang online as it should?
Listen.
You know, I mean, how has it been working with them? You know, I mean, I saw your video, which I also, when I saw your video, that's when I was really looking forward to speak to you because there was no sound, but I just saw where you were and I said, yo, she's different. You know what I mean?
I think what I loved about BULLDOG from the beginning is how they treat people. They don't make it, usually when you get a brand, they usually make it about them and they use you because you have the power to push the brand.
Yeah.
So they made it about me.
Yeah.
And that, trust me, I will decline you if you come to me and you tell me about you more than you do about me. That's how I am, you know, because I feel like we need to inspire and not expire. So if you inspire people and you use the brand to inspire other people. So it's an alcoholic brand, but they were telling a story. And to be quite honest with you, the advertising was 90% about me and 10% about the brand, you know, and the way that they treat you, the way they speak to you, the communication, you know, how they respect you. They ask you before they even, you know, ask you to do something. So it's just amazing. And it's eye-opening because now the problem is they've set a standard for me, for other brands.
Yeah.
If you come to me as a brand and they've already set a standard, so that's how it's going to work moving forward. You know, because alcohol, see, drink responsibly, but it's just amazing to work with them. I don't want to lie, and I love dogs also.
You know, the problem with you as a woman, right? And this is not like a problem, but like this is like a people and industry problem. You know, your self-affirmation and and understanding of self, in an industry like this that is driven by so much pretentiousness, it will always be translated as you've got an ego. You know, how would you deal with that and address with that? Because when I'm sitting here with you, I know that like you've got, you understand? You know yourself. You're not stupid. You know yourself. And that literally becomes a problem in this industry. How are you going to navigate those things?
See, always be nice. Keep quiet when people are talking. And because I know sometimes I come across as a strong persona, so I prefer just being the idiot in the room. Unless I meet somebody that's on par with me, then I will release who I am.
Yeah.
But most of the time, that's why a lot of people didn't see me coming. Because I know how to be the stupid one in the room.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to be looked down on. Because a lot of people walk into a room, they're wearing Gucci, they're wearing brands, they're doing this, they're doing that. And they want to look that way so that people respect them.
Yeah.
I don't have to dress in anything for you to respect me.
Yeah.
I will walk into a room and you will respect me. That's it. Because respect is earned. You can't demand it, you know. So yes, I might come across as, you know, somebody that's tough to work with, but I know what I want and I want it exactly the way that I want it, but I will not come guns blazing.
You've seen the industry. You and I had this conversation. We say that people from the East do a different breed, you know.
Totally.
To coach your words, it's Spaghetti Strata, you know.
Peggy the street.
And from when you look at the girls, because you're still a lady, too, you know. When you see the girls, you know, guys who've been there before you, and you have to put your big sister hat on, because I don't care that you haven't been in the industry for long, but you are a big sister.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And I am.
You know what I mean?
I am.
You're a big sister. If you had to put your big sister hat on, what would you say to like a lot of these girls in the industry, those that came before, and without naming names, just like saying, to get this independence, trust yourself, you know? And I like what you say is that even if sometimes Indota doesn't have anything.
No,
so if Indota doesn't have anything,
then you need to.
You are also just gonna have nothing even worse, right? So what would you say to a lot of these girls that are literally like cutting themselves short for sometimes even nothing, you know?
You know, I think a lot of the girls in the industry that are actually quite famous will tell you that I am that girl that will inbox you, ask for your number, and tell you what's going on in the industry. There are vultures out there. There are men that want to take... There's a song that I just wrote now, Jomo. Jomo is of a girl that uses her body to look after her family. And I'm saying, why be mad at the girl for sleeping around and not the person she's sleeping with? Because he already knows the girl is desperate. So Jomo are the men that take advantage of girls that are desperate. So mangithi khona abafazi abaphila kabuhlungu bayeka isikolo baphande ngomzimba ukuthola impilo engcono bese wena uyajaji uzenze ngcono ngabe uvela ukotela bo Jomo, you know. So it's I want to be that girl that teaches girls that you are enough. It does not matter where you come from or where you're going. Sometimes the favors that you get is where you hit rock bottom, because that person will send you to a vulture. You know, there's men that want girls to sign and they sleep with them. I think that is why it took me longer, because I'm a morals before business girl. I will never ever do anything with any man to get whatever I want. If I don't get it, that's why I say a no to me is a not now. You know, so they need to.
You don't know what
you understand? Yeah. So they need to learn to trust themselves, and they need to understand that it does not happen in your time. It happens in God's time.
Amen.
And He waits until you're ready. You know? So I've been ready for this. It's not the fact the fame is coming and whatever. It's not about the fame anymore. It's about proving what I've already known. You know? So they must trust themselves. They must respect themselves. They must be able to explain to their kids one day that I actually made it without anybody giving me 10,000 rand. And I can put my hand up and say, my music career, not one person invested in it, except my dad, obviously. Because I would always go back to him and say, hey, Baba, but I have not had one celebrity, anyone invest in my brand. You know, everything that you see is my manager that I just got now, my management, and me. So that's why I'm saying girls need to understand their worth and understand that they are enough.
But one can argue and say, fortunately, you had your dad also, you see?
Not even. My dad is very strict. Something. We can go now. I will call him and say to him, 100,000. 100,000 and it's my dad does not give you stuff. And he will let you suffer until the last day where then that's okay now. So it's not as easy as it looks. I had to leave home I stayed by myself and I did everything myself. They literally detached themselves from me because bazibuza ukuthi intombazane enjani ephuma endlini iyohlala iyi-one abazali bangakavumi.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. So that's when I wanted my big girl panties to understand how much it costs to pay for a place to stay, how much it costs to buy your own car, how much it costs to buy your own food. Because the moment you are in a home where everything is there, then you don't understand the value of money. Until you move out of home and you start your own life. Then that's when you're like, when your dad said, I don't have money, after they got paid, now you understand.
Have you ever called your brothers on anybody?
My brothers?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never ever. No.
So you fight your own fight?
Nah. I guess she's Catalia.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
So you live in...
And then people don't even understand that Catalia, remember the Colombiana movie?
Yeah.
And guys, how amazing is this, nah? I read Catalia based on the Colombiana movie in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then I get booked in Mexico.
Let's go.
And I get booked exactly where they shot Catalia.
Yeah. What is that show called series? No, it's not, there was another one. Not the lady that was... what's the name of the series? Is it a movie?
Yeah. Colombiana, where that young girl, parents were killed.
Oh, maybe I need to go watch it.
Yo, no, that's the best movie ever.
You have
not seen that?
I thought it was a series.
No.
There's a series, man.
You have not seen Colombiana. You have not lived, my brother, I'm telling you.
Maybe I must watch it and go listen to the song again.
Yeah. So Catalia is the female that was fighting on that movie. So her parents were killed.
Yeah.
And she looked for the person that killed her parents until she was old enough to find them and kill all of them.
So when basically we are shy, basically. We are shy.
Mara ngisashaya manje sengumntana kaNkulunkulu.
Awudingi ukushaya ngoba wena manje bawushaya sovele iphephile.
Bazongikhansela.
Ezokukhansela.
Hayi ngisashaya sengikhulile.
Lady Do, shout out, man. Thanks. I just want to find out, just out of curiosity, ufunde go high school?
Sunwood Park High.
Sunwood Park High. Oh, nabo infa.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the dudes, man? Like super close, so maybe.
Guys, ama-performance on behlale kuyimi most front row seat. Ngihlale ngifaka ama-heel ukuthi bangifake eklapini.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Lady Doom.
What it do?
Straight out of the East. You know what it is. I just so sure everyone watches this, and you know it's like and I'm saying this it's like a male's industry.
Yeah.
But one woman like you with so much power, you kind of so louder than everything else and every other man. And I wish like a lot of women can listen and watch you. And actually, you need to do these talks, this empowering these women.
That's why I rap.
Yeah.
The reason I chose rapping is because most men rap.
Yeah.
So when they find competition in a woman, it's easy for a woman to go up the scale when they are doing exactly what men do.
Yeah.
I am a good singer.
Yeah.
Trust me. The day I open my pipes, you all are going to pass out. But I am saving the pipes to be above the men. So I need to do what the men are doing so that I can be above them to open the pipes, to keep myself.
That's it. It only takes one woman that's so confident to it's like, you know, Neil Armstrong says one step is what to the moon.
Yes.
One confident woman is 1,000 men who trying to figure it out. We out here, Lady Do. Watch out now. Thank you for joining us.
No shit.
Nice one. Shout out to Pablo for hosting us once again in the location. About us getting to them pizzas. Lady Do literally said, I'm with camera.
And
then I knew that she was going to beat me up. So I was like, okay, no. So I must take. Thank you, guys.
Broadcast live